Good morning students. This video is for the students of class 6th, subject English, and in today's video we are going to cover one chapter of our PC Wren's grammar book. This is our chapter number 26 and the name of the chapter is letter writing. It is a part of writing skills. This is my lecture number 1 of the same chapter. This chapter is taken from PC Wren's grammar book. Students, we shall cover this chapter in one lecture only. Topics to be covered in today's lecture are: meaning of letter will be told, types of letter will be told, meaning of formal letter will be explained. In this formal letter, we will do only application writing. Format of letter writing will be explained along with examples. At last, homework will be assigned. A question arises: what is letter writing? Letter writing means letter writing is one of the most common, simple, cost-effective and easy ways of communication. Although today technology has given us many other easy ways of communication, still one cannot undermine, means ignore, the significance of letter writing. It is one of the oldest forms of communication, or we can say that we can convey our thoughts, opinion and feeling in form of formal way or informal way. Let us see how many types of letters are there. Number 1, formal letter. Number 2, informal letter. So there are two types of letters, formal and informal. So now let us see what is the meaning of formal letter. Formal letter is formal in style and written for business and official purpose. This kind of letter is written to institutions and organizations, managers, directors, chairmen and commissioners, customers and manufacturers, public or government departments, at last teachers, principals and editors, or you can say those people who are unknown to us personally. So now let's see what are the objectives of writing letters. Number 1, to ask or give permission. Number 2, to place orders or cancel orders. Number 3, to register complaints. Number 4, to make enquiries. Number 5, to create awareness. Number 6, to express views and opinions. When we write a letter to the editor of newspaper or magazine, there are some tips, or you can say points, which you have to keep in your mind while writing formal letter. Let's see what are these tips. Number 1, the language used in formal letters should be formal, precise, means accurate, clear and relevant. Number 2, no commas should be put at the end of the lines in address, date, salutation and subscription. Number 3, there should be clarity along with correctness of grammar, spelling and punctuation in the body of the letter. Number 4, date can be written as December 7, 2020 or as 7th December without putting comma 2020. So whenever you used to write down date, you have to write down the name of the month full. Number 5 is write the application in a respectful manner that expresses the request of leave and sounds real. Number 6 is mention the purpose specifically for which you are appealing to leave. Number 7 is the base of the application should be maintained. Number 8 is the application should be concise. Concise means brief but comprehensive and to the point. Number 9 is the application should state the connection between the sender and the receiver of the letter. So, dear students, these are few points which you have to keep in your mind while writing a formal letter. Now let us see the correct format of writing a formal letter or an application to the principal. So let's see how to write an application to the principal. So first of all, you have to mention address of the receiver, or you can say receiver's address. Then you have to write down the principal. After then, in the next line, without leaving any line, you have to mention school's name by putting comma. Then you have to write down name of the city. Fine. Keep one thing in your mind. Address is always written at the top on the left hand side corner of the page. If the address consists of several parts, each part is given a separate line. After leaving one line, you have to write down date. So date is always written in expanded form. So while writing the date, note that the day is written in figures, month in words and year in full. Then you have to write down subject after leaving one line. In subject, you have to mention the purpose in brief. For example, application for sick leave. After leaving one line, you have to write down salutation. Salutation means it is the complimentary little greeting to the person to whom the letter is addressed. For example, respected sir, respected ma'am. After leaving one line, you have to start writing the letter, or you can say it is called body of the letter. It is divided into two parts. In the first paragraph, you have to write down reason for your leave. And in the next paragraph, it is called a conclusion, in which you have to write down leave period, means number of days. After leaving one line, you have to write down thank you. Then after leaving one line, you have to write down subscription. Subscription means this is the leave taking phrase. It should be written 2 spaces below the body of the letter. Only the first word should be capitalized, means yours, you should be capital. And whenever we used to write down letter to headmaster, to teacher or to the principal, we used to write down obediently or faithfully. Without leaving any line, you have to mention your name. In the next line, class along with section. So this is the format of writing an application to the principal. Now let us see few examples how to write an application to the principal. Example number 1 is write an application to your principal requesting a few days off from school due to an important family event. Make sure to give necessary details such as when you will be going, for how long and why. Now let us see how to write an application to the principal for asking few days leave. As I have told you, at the top on the left hand side corner of the page, you have to mention receiver's address. If the address consists of several parts, each part is given a separate line. Let's see how. In the first line, you have to mention the principal. After then, without leaving any line, you have to mention school's name. That is West Academy Senior Secondary School. It should be written in the second line. After then, without leaving any line, in the third line, you have to mention city's name, that is Gurugram. So this is complete receiver's address. After leaving one line, you have to mention date in expanded form. So while writing date, note that day is written in figures, month in words, and year in full. After then, you have to leave one line and then you have to write down subject. In subject, you have to mention the purpose in brief, that is application for leave to attend a family function. After leaving one line, you have to write down salutation. Salutation means it is the complimentary little greeting to the person to whom the letter is addressed. So that is respected sir or madam. After then, you have to leave one line and then you have to start writing body of the letter. Fine. In this, you have to first of all give the reason for the letter, and in the next paragraph, conclusion should be written. So let's see how to write. I am a student of class 6th and my roll number is 21. I have to attend a religious function in my native place. My native place is in Gujarat and both my parents will be required to attend the function. Hence, they cannot leave me here alone. Moreover, it is necessary for the eldest child of each family to attend the event. After writing first paragraph an introduction which gives the reason for the letter. Then you have to write down next paragraph without leaving any line. In this, a message which includes the main information, or if you are writing an application to the principal for asking leave, then you have to mention number of days. I want to request you to grant me leave from school for 7 days, that is from December 21 to December 27, 2020. Then you have to write down third paragraph without leaving any line. Third paragraph consists a conclusion which always contains a polite wish. So how to write down? Let's see. I assure you that my absence will not hinder my academics and I will try my best to catch up with whatever has been taught during those days. I will be obliged if you grant me the leave. After then, you have to leave one line and then you have to write down thanking you. It's up to you whether you want to write or not. After leaving one line, you have to write down subscription. Subscription means you have to write down yours obediently, yours faithfully, like this. If you are writing an application to the principal, class teacher, or to headmaster. Then in the next line, you have to write down your name and your class section. And keep one thing in your mind, that your name is written below the subscription and then section and then your class. Number second example is write an application to the principal of your school for asking 3 days leave from school due to illness. So now let us see how to write an application to the principal for asking sick leave. As I have told you, at the top on the left hand side corner of the page, you have to mention receiver's address. That is, in the first line, the principal, without leaving any line. In the next line, you have to mention school's name, that is West Academy Senior Secondary School. After then, in the third line, you have to mention city's name, that is Gurugram. After then, you have to leave one line and then you have to mention date in expanded form, that is 7th December 2020. After leaving one line, you have to write down subject. Subject means you have to mention the purpose in brief. That is application for sick leave. After leaving one line, you have to write down salutation. Salutation, it is a complimentary little greeting to the person to whom the letter is addressed. That is respected sir or madam. After leaving one line, you have to write down body of the letter. So, body of the letter, it depends upon you in how many paragraphs do you have to write down. Basically, we are writing in 2 or 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, an introduction which gives the reason for the letter. In the next paragraph, a message which includes the main information. Or you can write down, if you are writing an application to the principal for asking leave, then you have to mention number of days. And in the next paragraph, means the third paragraph, you have to mention a conclusion which always contains a polite wish. So let's see how to write down first paragraph. I would like to state that I am not in a position to come to the school since I am suffering from fever. Now you have to write down another paragraph without leaving any line from the left hand side corner of the page. I have been guided by our family doctor to take proper rest from at least 4 days. Kindly grant me leave from December 7th to December 10th. I shall be really grateful to you. After leaving one line, thanking you. And after leaving one line, you have to write down subscription, that is yours sincerely, yours obediently. Whenever you are writing subscription means this is the leave taking phrase. It should be written 2 spaces below the body of the letter. Only first word should be capitalized. Means yours, you should be capital, not sincerely as should be capital. After then, below the subscription, you have to mention your name, that is XYZ, and then your class section, that is section D. And if you are writing class, then class 6, section D. Fine. So this is the way that you have to write an application to the principal. Students, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the chapter explained by me. And your homework is revise chapter 26, that is letter writing, from the book or video, and based on the understanding of the topic, do exercise mentioned in the PC Wren's grammar book as page number 138, exercise number 6. Dear students, you have to complete this exercise in your English Fair notebook. And keep one thing in your mind, in letter writing, you have to revise only formal letter and application to the principal. Still, many students are not having their PC Wren's grammar book with them. So here in this video, I have mentioned your homework in detail. So now let us see exercise number 6, which is on page number 138. Question is, write a letter to the principal of your school requesting him to grant you leave for 5 days as you have to leave for your mother's medical checkup at Chennai. You are Kusum Rai of Maharishi Vidya Mandir School, Bhubaneswar. So that's all for today. This is the end of the lecture. I hope all of you have understood the topic. Students, if you like our videos, then hit on the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.